I've got a song to record, and I thought I'd see if we can give it a kind of quirky, psychedelic sound. I can just enjoy putting my favourite second-hand instruments through multiple stages of tape saturation, compression, vary speed, crazy panning choices, like when stereo was new, lazy mic placement, tactile EQs, internal track bounces, and external effects units. And then we just got to see if it's worthy of putting on the album or not. And it should be fun to watch either way, so I hope you enjoy it. I see the cloudy skies open up and scatter rain, and while people run for shelter, I'm just laying here. So we're on the Fugees again today, and anyone who's seen this channel before will realise that my tape machine is a lot smaller in this video. It's a 4-track instead of the 8-track, and that's because unfortunately my 8-track is deceased. So I'm taking the opportunity to downsize, and it's quite nice having the little small machine. So we'll see. This will be the first thing I record on it, if you don't count this. There are never that many cats at the zoo, and I don't think that has anything to do with you. Anyway, with the 8-track I'd been trying to get down to this simple minimalism, just recording with the SM58, just getting it straight from idea to recording as quick as possible, and that's even more so. It's even tinier, it's got even less tracks, it's even easier to record, so it's a logical step. So we're going to do that. I hope you enjoy. I'm going to start by putting a drone onto track 1, altering the vary speed as I record it in, kind of like a howling wind. I'm now going to bounce it from track 1 to track 2, just to distort it and kind of corrupt it a bit more. Now I'm going to record the electric guitar, and I'm just going to plug it directly in. I like that sort of dull sound it's going to get, and it's quite an apathetic way of doing it. So now I've just got to choose the level based on how much distortion I want, really. So yeah, I'm going to go with that tone. So this is the tone, and now we'll record it. This is where it gets hard because it's 4 tracks. And I've done 2, so what I might do is if I add a second guitar, for example, I'll have to add it on track 3, bounce 3 and 1 together onto 4, and then I'll have my 2 free at the end. So I'll do exactly that, except with a bass instead of a guitar, and then we'll combine them onto 1 track together. There's no amp, I'm just plugging it directly in. I'm not too keen on the take I just did on 3, so I'm going to try another one on 4, and if that's better, I'll use that as the bass track instead. So I'm going to go bed now, but we'll finish this tomorrow. Bass, guide vocal, kind of synthesizer, cloudy storm thing, and guitar. Good morning. So we're going to start by bouncing the guitar on 1 and the bass on 4 together on track 3. And I'm going to EQ it first as well, boosting some of the highs and a little bit of mid in the guitar, and then quite a lot of the mid-range and a bit of the bass in the bass. So I've kind of done nothing all day, but we've got electric guitar and bass on 3, weird drone on 2, and then we've got 1 and 4 for 3. Now I'm thinking of getting rid of the drone. Hear me out. I don't like it. Yeah, that's all I have to say. Anyway, I'll record guitar and 4, then we'll decide. I'm going to send it to the tape echo to give it a little bit of space. Just playhead 1, it's like a slapback, almost like a sort of room reflection. Right, so the acoustic's done. It's not a particularly adventurous part. It pretty much just doubles what's there. Right, day 3. I've been taking this one quite slowly. The sun's out, so that might give it a sort of sunny polish to the track. But we got acoustic on track 4. We got electric and bass on track 3. Weird, spooky, windy drone on track 2. And then track 1 is empty. Now I want to do vocals, and I want to do this, what I've been calling the air organ, but it's actually an electric chord organ, and it's reeds. It blows air through reeds and then it goes. I got it from Facebook Marketplace for £10, so that'll give you an idea of the sound quality to expect. So I'll do this on track 1, and then I'll record over the drone with the vocal on track 2. And I keep it simple and use the SM58 for this as well, and just pop it over on this bit here on the speaker. Yeah, I think that's the speaker. And that can go into track 1 directly. I'm going to have to use the vari-speed to match the cassette recorder to the weird tuning of the organ. It's not quite accurate. So this instrument sounds like traffic to me. But that does mean that I need to somehow find a way to make it sound cool. So I've got some effects pedals and I can do some modulation. We'll do that next, but for now I'll just try and nail the part that I've thought of. Actually, before we go into all the cool psychedelic effects on the organ, I'm going to record the vocals. I'll do it on track 2. I'll use the Neumann condenser, and I'm powering it with the X5 Phantom Power unit they gave me, so I can just plug it straight in, which is cool. I'm not 100% sure if this is actually the footage of the take, but it's close enough. And I think of all the times that people spoke to me today, and from bits of conversation I made a better one. Now that I'm ready to do the final bounce, I'm going to work on the psychedelic effects. So I'm going to take the organ that's on track 1 and send it to this cheap delay pedal. When I change the time knob, it sort of varies the pitch of the instrument and obviously washes it with a load of echo. Right, so all of that's in the computer now, but I can send it from the computer back into some analog stuff and then return it. So what I'll do is I'll take the electric guitar and the bass, that track that was track 3, I believe, and I'll put it through the tape echo. I'll play it dry first and then I'll engage one of the playheads. I'll try adding in playhead 2 now. And then throughout the song I can just bring up the sustain knob and you get these cool swells that I use on everything. And I want to do the same thing with the vocal as well, because for some reason in my head I think that a slapback delay will make it sound like raindrops or like wet and puddly and miserable. So yeah, I see the cloudy skies open up and scatter rain, and while people run for shelter, I'm just laying here. And I think of all the times that people spoke to me today, and from bits of conversation sensation